Hello. Let's see. I think we're going live. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, and welcome to Cosmic Connections. It's Wednesday night, and we like to meet here on Wednesdays around 8 p.m. to talk about the week ahead. There's a lot to talk about. I was getting a little nervous there with the connection, but I think we're good. Terry and Debbie and 4 other people, thank you for being here. And Violet, what a pretty name. Welcome. During the course of our Cosmic Connections, friends, we'll talk about the astrology, but hey, Kathy, you've been on my mind all day today. How are you? Hey, Deb, and one of our beautiful first responders, Paula Rosa, hi. How's everyone today? Hi, Terry. I like your snowflake. Aaron and Marianne and Carolyn, thanks for being here. Stephen, thank you all for being here. Hi. Big hugs. We are at the brink of a big astrological deal. Yes, Monday. You can look up at it every single evening in the West. We see Jupiter and Saturn getting closer and closer. But tonight, by golly, by gosh, at 12:02, and that is in Buffalo time, 12:04, the rest of the Eastern Seaboard, we have the ingress of Saturn into the sign of Aquarius. So my question for you tonight, of course, how are you? And please do share. But where were you in 1991? What were you doing? Who were you with? What was your number one concern or challenge in 1991, 92, and 93? Well, I know what mine was, still is. Those are my years of my babies' births, the births of my 2 babies. They are both Saturn and Aquarius people. And now I say people, I can't call them kids anymore, because as of 12:02 tonight, anyone born in 91, 92, 93, you're going through the threshold, friends. You're becoming a bona fide adult, an astrological adult. And if you were born in 61, 62, or 63, you are becoming bona fide elderly. If you were born in 31 or 32 or 33, you are becoming, as of 12:02 tomorrow, transcendent. All right. So, all right. So Laura was pregnant. Hi, Jody. Hi, Murdy. You were in elementary school. All right. So what was your favorite topic, your favorite subject, Meredith? Because that might be coming around again. We love astrology because what comes around goes around, and we have long cycles, and the long cycle of manifestation is Saturn. So I want to talk to you all about Saturn. All right. Kellyanne. Hi. Big hugs to you, darling. 1963. Yes. Elderly. Hey, I'm past my elderly. I already went through my second Saturn return. Piece of cake. Not really. You had Jenna in 91. There you go. And Renee, I know Jenna's chart. This is like a big moment for her because she's got Saturn just right there on her rising sign. Hey, Kelly. Hi. You missed the transient years. Hello. How are ya? All right, let's get big hugs. Stephen Marone, you're gonna be graduating from something else in the next couple of years. Lavinia, I'm joking, right? All right. No, forget the elderly word. How about mature, authoritarian? No, forget the authoritarian. And authority, the author of your own life. Don't you love the word authority? Who is the author of your life, friends? Who is the greatest authority for you? We've been struggling with that issue all this past year, haven't we? The powers that be, the authorities in charge, the government, the experts, the scientists. I'm not going to go COVID today, Anya. But I think you might know where I'm going at. Because in astrology, we were anticipating the year of 2020 as the year when the authority structures, the authoritarian structures would begin to be observed by we the people, we the Aquarians, the plebeians, the everyday people. We'd be seeing some holes in the infrastructure of control, power, and manipulation. So we're still seeing that a bit, but I promised I wouldn't talk about COVID. I'm just going to talk about Saturn, because every 30 years, actually 28.5 years, Saturn ingresses or goes into a sign. So as of 12:02 tonight, and I'll be there front line and center, because you know me, I'll be doing work right here, responding to emails and all that other stuff, which I haven't gotten to. But when we wake up, it's kind of a new era, but it's a mini era of only 30 years. And then on Monday, my friends, please stick around. If you're not on my email list, you can join it. A lot of you are. I'll put stuff on Facebook. I'm not always as good of a communicator as I would like to be, but I want you to circle Monday. It's more than a solstice, and winter solstice is a big deal. But all day long, there's going to be meditations and activities through the CIA. I'm a proud Agent 56. And CIA is one of the number one, if not the number one, astrological site on Facebook and around the world, based in Australia. A lot of you are members, and I would encourage you to consider becoming a member of the CIA. And in any case, it's a big happening. Jupiter and Saturn are going to be conjuncting in the sky. I'll talk more about that on Cosmic Connections next week, Wednesday. We just got through a solar eclipse, and I know a lot of you joined me for the meditation on Monday and the other classes, but tonight's kind of important too. 12:02 Eastern Standard Time, or 12:04, depending on where you are in the East. Saturn's ingress into Aquarius marks off a 2.5-year cycle of reshaping, rebuilding, wherever you find Aquarius in your chart. And remember, Aquarius represents humanity, people, technology. It represents the technological spirit of hope and tomorrow. Aquarius represents the ability for the people, citizens, to converge and connect with each other in a more holistic way. It means a lot of things. But way back when, in 91, 92, 93, really was the beginning in some ways of the internet as we now understand it to be. So my question to you, what were you doing in 91? Let's see what the answers were. A lot of people had some babies going. All right. Hi, Donna. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Kimberly. Oh, Kelly Ann, I'm so sorry. We're going to do some healing and meditation tonight like we usually do. And your name is going to be up close and center. And I think we should do that too, right? When we do our meditations, if you guys have some intentions, let's add those tonight. Specific intentions. Cynthia and Nicole. Big love solstice to you, Patricia. Hey, Donna, Rochelle. I got it right. Rochelle. Deb, hi, Lynn. Stefania, hello, darling, from California. Big hugs to you. My favorite podcast lady. Stefania, if you would be so kind as to put some information about your work online so people know where to find you. I would love that. Hi, Jill. Hi, Lynn. Murdy. Hello. Hi, Karen Marie, Carolyn, P, and Rose. All right, so question for you all. Where were you in 91? Some of you weren't here yet. Some of you are still up there waiting to be born. Thank you for sharing, Donna. Thank you for sharing. Anyone who likes to share. Joanne and Norman. Hello, Sherelle and Melanie. Hi, Maria. Hello. You're 16. Okay. So 16, Melanie, here's an astrological lesson, is about half of a Saturn cycle. You know how, if there are any parents out there, We kind of cringe when our kids are around 15 to 17 years of age. I did. Or if you were a child once, and we all were, of course, but we started to often find our own voice and find our own way oppositionally to our parents and to authorities. There's a reason why we call them, and us included, the terrible teens. See, astrology is so brilliant. Saturn represents authority. And so at age 15, which is half of the 30-year cycle that we're talking about tonight, we often get into this reconfiguring of our structure. So if you're around 35 or 36, you might be just doing that now, right, Melanie? You might be taking a look at what are the structures in my life? Is this what I want to be doing with my life? Is this the person I want to? I'm not saying this specifically to you, Melanie, of course, but any one of us, we start questioning the structures in our lives around 36 and 45. So there's a number of wonderful cycles that we acknowledge developmentally using astrology. Shivani, hello. Thank you for being here, Nancy, and Shivani and Lisa and Rose and Laura and Jody. Big hugs. I'm just looking for some other cool things. So Laura B was pregnant. So was that your first child, Laura? Because oftentimes during a Saturn cycle, we develop structures that will remain with us for about 30 years. I really got into astrology really professionally on the eve of my Saturn return, right before I turned 30. And I had a wonderful boyfriend at the time who was also an astrologer and very Saturnian. And he would tell me, remember, when you're turning 30 for those 2.5 years, 28, 30, 31, you're laying down a foundation in some ways that might last for the next 30 years. The same thing with marriages. I know I'm going all over the place. This isn't a class. I'm just throwing ideas out for you. I'm not being my usual systematic teaching way. But relative, for example, to relationships, long-term ones often go through a kind of stress or restructuring around 7 years into a very long relationship. Marilyn Monroe made that famous with the movie The 7-Year Itch. And if you're old enough to remember Marilyn Monroe, you've at least had a couple of returns of Saturn, trust me. So, in any case, 61 years of age. Oh, you're born in 61, Karen Marie, or you're 61 now? Hi, Marcy. Elderly. How about this? Mature. Oh boy, I'm really getting beat up about that elderly. I'm older than all of you guys. I'm not elderly. I'm mature. But see, every 30 years we go through another threshold. So if you're born in 61 and then you're going through your Saturn return, ever talk to a 30-year-old? And they'll say, oh my God, I'm so old. And I've got 2 of them in my household. Oh my gosh, life has passed me by. My other friends, they have babies or they have 401k plans and I don't. Oh my gosh. So around age 30 is when we start feeling the weight of being an adult. Way back when in the 60s, remember the term, never trust anyone over 30. And that always made me giggle because that is also paying homage to the 30-year cycle of Saturn. So I was thinking about that tonight in preparing for this. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I remember 91, I remember 92 and 93. And it was a very important 3 years for me because I was building my family at that time, my children. Well, I wasn't only building them, but you know what I'm saying. I had my kids in 91 and 93. All right. Big hello to you guys. Kimberly P. was in college. It was a rough time for Nicole. You got married in 92. Okay, you had a Saturn connection there, Maria. Yes. So here it is. Big virtual hugs to you, Diane. Okay. English. Interesting, Meredith. So Meredith was saying one of her favorite topics was, or subjects, I should say, in school was English. And you are a communicator, and so you want to go back to that time and take the remnants of what was wonderful and then recreate them in the next 3 years. So here is our hypothesis, friends. Astrology is amazingly accurate in terms of timings. When we go through a cycle, a long one like Saturn's cycle, remember it takes 28 and a half years to go around the sun. So we often pick up another threshold. We pick up a thread that we were doing, 30 years ago. So like for me, I was launching my children. So I'm going to be launching my children again in the next 2.5 years because they are, having their Saturn returns. Oftentimes in families, when people have children at age 30, the mom or the dad have kids and they are having their Saturn return, the children are therefore have a special connection with the parents because they're 30 years in difference of ages. They're 30 years apart. So they often go through some of the same structural changes at the same time. Saturn in astrology is many things. It's considered to be the planet of authority, like I said, structure, responsibility, respect, reliability. It's like the professional planet. It's the planet of gravity. Without Saturn, things don't get done in the real world because Saturn represents things like manifestation. So where you find Aquarius in your chart is where you're going to have the Saturn lessons starting tomorrow at 12:02 in the morning for the next 2.5 years. So you may want to review, even as we are finishing up tonight, before you go to bed, what lessons have you learned since December 20th of 2017? Because that was the last ingress of Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. I hope I got that across. So everything in astrology has a cycle attached to it, brand new cycle beginning. And what makes this week so amazingly exciting and different from other weeks astrologically is because Saturn, this planet of structure, is meeting up with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, idealism, and taking risks. They'll be together in the sky on Monday. And we haven't seen a cycle like that. Jupiter, Saturn conjunction is what it's called since 1405. Oh, wow. That was the end of the medieval ages and the very early flush and blush of the low Renaissance. So, kind of a historic fact. The Middle Ages left with a horrific, catastrophic event in Europe, at least. I mean, across the world as well. We had the Black Plague, right? We had a third of Europe's population wiped out, and then we had the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius, and then things began to shift. There's a whole lot of information on that, and I will share that with you in a couple ways. In a newsletter, I've written an article on that it's throwing up in the cloud, in the atmosphere, but I'll make sure you all get that information too. Jill had gotten divorced. You took over as the ER manager and you had your daughter. A lot of activity back then, Jill. A lot of activity coming forth in the next 2.5 years for you. Beginnings and endings and beginnings and endings. Michelle, hello there. Well, yes, Carolyn, you are never going to age. And please, oh boy, I'm going to be beat up by saying the word elderly. Now let's call it a threshold into authority and strength. Okay. You went through your Saturn return too. Hi, Renee. Hi, Lisa. Marie. Wise. We like wise. Who's the author of your life? That's what a Saturn asks you. Who is the author of your life? Are you the author of your life? Saturn puts the responsibility onto you, right? Yes, elders of our tribe, Dennis. I like that too. Sherlan, hello, my friend. Thanks for being here tonight, Lois and Joan. And yes, yes. Beautiful. Thank you for reminding us, Patricia. Jody, who's a dear friend, and Bob, who's a dear friend, and they are both amazing healers. They're going to be playing the flute for the holiday through Lilydale Assembly. That's this Saturday. I have a couple of reminders on my Facebook page, so please join in for that, my friends. Ah, yes, Lavinia, that can often happen. We often go through transitions. A parent may die. A child may be born. That's a very typical situation with the Saturn return. Hi, Lois, Pam, D, how are you, dear? Lavinia, that's so awesome. That is way cool and awesome. You realize you're picking one of the best days in 600 years. I better get really moving here to find myself a mate. I only have a couple of days here. I can't think of a better day to get married, Lavinia. On a solstice and on the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. Yay! Let's everyone give Lavinia a lot of beautiful, amazing energy. And it's an Aquarius, Lavinia. That's a sign, you know what that's a sign of, don't you? It's a sign of out there. It's a sign of out there. Leave it at that. Terry, hi. Or Tori, good evening. Hello. All right, so since your North Node is an Aquarius, you're going to firm up, Paula Rosa, your destiny in the next 2.5 years. You're going to step into the authority of what you're here to do. Isn't that amazing? Hi, Rachel. Okay, you had a daughter and you became pregnant with your son back then. Fabulous. Again, we have a lot of transitions with children. You were dating your hubby. You found your love there, Joni. Awesome. Okay. That's okay, Lisa Marie. I know. The days are kind of just floating all over the place. 91, you got pregnant with your first child. It's similar to me, Donna. You're so welcome, Kellyanne. We're going to give you a lot of healing, my dear. Hi, Mary. Hi, Connie. And a lot of people were doing amazing things at that time. Joanne, the Bills go to the Super Bowl for the first time. Let's see. Let's go back. I was living in St. Louis in 91. Yeah, I think it was. That was the time. Astrology is really cool during the glory days, right? Those are the glory days of the Bills. And the Bills are doing really well again. How interesting is that? Hi, Brenda. Thank you. This is a gift from a very dear friend who's actually in the room, but I love my pendant. It's very, very sacred. Yes. What? Nicole, I did not hear about that. Sometimes I avoid, what? A 15-year-old boy who was beaten and thrown out of a window and left in the woods to die? Oh, sweetheart. Nicole, absolutely. Nicole, I think this webcast is being also going on my prayer page. I have a prayer page, Divine Grace Fellowship. So I'm going to make a note to add that for our prayer warriors on the page. It's called Divine Grace Fellowship. And of course, since COVID, we've been doing our services online. We used to meet at the Unitarian Church, but sometime soon we'll be meeting in person again. But if any one of you, anytime have a prayer request, find the page and like it, and we'll let you in. And I'm going to add that without names. Unless you want, the family wants the names. I did not hear that story, and I apologize for not knowing much about it, Nicole. But absolutely, a lot of prayers for the family and Clarence. Sarah B. Yes, when we are going through threshold times, terrible things like that can happen as well. A divorce might be actually a very good thing in the long run, but threshold times are Saturn times. So we're starting a new threshold for the next 2.5 years. We're seeing a lot of, Yes, yes. Please, friends, this life explains it all. And please, I hope you have the link there. But if you just go to, I'll put the link on my site too. I usually do. I always do, actually, when we have new stuff, but I'll put it on there. Please go to that wonderful podcast. You keep hearing the word hope for this season. Now you know why. Yes, Kelly. Hope, hope, hope. Hope is also connected with our solstice every year. But we also had a solar eclipse on Monday. And the solar eclipse, we're actually talking to you today under the auspices of the new moon Sagittarius solar eclipse that took place on Monday. So it's not too late, friends, to make your intentions and to do your prayer and to light your candles and really push it out there. Push out your focused desires for the world and for yourself. We're still in new cycle. And you know how I do this? I usually talk about the moon cycle. And let's talk a little bit about that. So on Saturday, the 19th, at 3:45 in the morning, we go to crescent. And the crescent cycle, we have a Sabian symbol for that. It is the tree felled and sawed to ensure a supply of wood for winter. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? I mean, we're not yet in the season of winter, but it was almost as if a light bulb went off on the 14th of December, where we got into a different season. And I know, we probably all know this, that there's a very large northeaster coming across this country at least, and dumping lots of snow and bad weather. And so it really feels a lot more like the season of winter, whereas in my estimation, unless we have a new moon in Sagittarius, we don't really feel like the holiday spirit. And we had the new moon late this year. We were still working off of Scorpio energy as recently as last Sunday. Then Monday hit, and now we are in the Sagittarius cycle. So that's a great word, hope, hope, hope. A new phase back then for John. Yes. Okay. And again, a lot of people are talking about new phases, starting a career as a social worker. You were in college. Yeah. Junior in high school. Hi, Lexi. Hi, Paula. Diane. So again, hi, Kathy and Nancy D. Hi, Sandy Williams. Haven't seen you for a while. Nice to see you now. Cynthia. Hi there, Robin. Thank you. Hi, Laura. I like blue a lot. Thank you. 8 and 10, I was working towards a teaching career, says Deb. Yep, perfect. And Kathy was doing her spiritual path. So you're going to be deepening everything you did back then, friends. You'll be deepening everything that was started 30 years ago and kind of a restart, a reboot as we go in the next 2.5 years. Isn't that amazing? And Rachel, that's fabulous. A deepening of your shamanic work. Fantastic. Okay. So, Kimberly, you were going through the threshold 30 years ago. You're going through another threshold in the next 2 years. And again, anyone born around 61, 62, 63, that's your birth year, you're going through your Saturn return the next couple of years, right? And anyone who was born in 91, 92, 93, I know there's some people in the room who have those early birthdays. Welcome to quote unquote adulthood. Welcome to Saturn return, because you're no longer a child, and you can recreate your life as a fully authority adult. Okay. All right. Some great people here in the room tonight. Okay. Exactly, Laura B. She remembers being 30 and saying, oh my God, how old you were at that time. I know we often feel the weight of the world at around age 30. I remember my Saturn return was quite remarkably dense. I kept on thinking how old I was. And I don't think I'm old now. And that was many years ago. Very good. So crescent cycle, that's on Saturday, the 19th, 27 degrees of Aquarius. So the focus, my friends, is on Aquarius energy for this week. Identify where it falls in your chart. It is the sign of possibilities. It's a sign of humanity, and it's a sign of detached love, kind of like agape, all right? Loving everyone, loving humanity, networking and being connected. And so please put all of your prayers and well wishes and positivity, praying for yourself, of course, and your family and your community, but keep the world very much in the spirit of your high-mindedness. All right. Okay. A lot of raising kids. Was that true, Dennis? The network was ending then? How interesting. Was it in 91? Because I got back to Buffalo in 1986, I think. So we only had 4 years of the Network of Light? Wow, Dennis. That's bringing back a lot of memories. Dennis and I and this lovely man by the name of Joe, and there were other people too, 2 Joes, and other wonderful people in the spiritual community in Buffalo. We would do videos, and we would do a newspaper called the Network of Light. Wow, 30 years ago. Your Saturn return. Okay, so a lot of people are in the room. Thank you for being here, Dawn. Hope is returning. Hi, Michelle. Happy holidays to you, too. And Michelle, please, would you be so kind, Dr. Walker, to place information about your book on for everyone to hear, because our beautiful friend Michelle has just written a book. I wanted to promote that for you. Hi, Jessica. All right. I have 2 Joni, 2 Saturn returns. Yay. Lavinia, I'm so happy for you. Hi, Logan. Isn't that awesome? Hi, Timothy. Okay, so Timothy's Saturn return is at 3 degrees. Yep. And here's a date for you, Mr. Timothy G. Circle this date, February 17th, 2021, because that's when Saturn and Uranus are squaring each other in the sky. And that's another huge astrological cycle of reconstruction and restructuring for you specifically, my friend, for me specifically too, because I'm an early degree Scorpio. So keep that in mind. Leslie, thanks for being here. Oh, Joanne, yeah, 2017 was a tough go. That was the Capricorn also rolls bones, and Saturn rolls bones. We should talk, Joanne. I had a wrist injury too, right after I got my massage license. Colles fracture. Oof. But they said I would never be able to bend my wrists. And look at this, guys. Natural healing, right? Well, you can still see my scarring. Look at that. They had pins in there. I had my wrist break during a Mercury retrograde. During a Mercury Gemini Saturn, reboot. It was on a full moon in November, late November of 95. And I broke my wrist, and the wrist is ruled by Mercury and Gemini. It was a full moon in Gemini. And the doctors lost the pins in my wrist during the Mercury retrograde. Yeah, right? So that was a great Mercury retrograde story. I hope you got it. That sometimes things go awry, but they can be always redone and manage to go to the healing after all. Congratulations, Lavinia. I love the, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Congrats, congrats. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Leslie. You guys are all awesome. Best of love and light to you, Lavinia. We've got ourselves a beautiful wedding around the corner. And if you're not at Lavinia's wedding, join me and other wonderful people online for meditations celebrating the big Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. And I will send you guys out more information on that in the newsletter. Okay, so watch your emails. And I'm sorry, sometimes I do double emails. I'm still working on that. If anyone, by the way, wants a little part-time job, I'm seriously looking for an assistant to help me with stuff like, double emails from MailChimp. Okay, let's talk about for all of us. Hey, Pam. Hi, Pam. If you guys or whomever you know is an Aries or Aries rising, this particular ingress of Saturn and the crescent moon, so I'm doing it both. So this is a big week for Aquarius energy. So in other words, we're going at it for two different directions. 12:02 tomorrow, Thursday, Saturn moves into Aquarius. At 3:45 on Saturday the 19th, we have what's called the crescent moon, and that's when we struggle to move forward in our lives to get something accomplished. We have to go through the boundaries and barriers to our heart's desire, but we use perseverance and determination to get through it. So think Aquarius this particular week. And then the culmination, of course, is on solstice when we have Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in the sky. And that, my friends, lasts a very long time. It's a very long cycle. But Aquarius, where it falls in your chart, is lighting up. It truly is. So if you're an Aries or Aries rising, it's in their house of friends. So your friends, your groups, your associations are being reconsidered this week. You're looking to perhaps to start your own organization or refriend someone you haven't seen for a while, or just you're more in the friend mood to make more stronger connections with the existing contacts that you love and haven't perhaps had a lot of time to spend with, even virtually. If you're Taurus or Taurus rising, this particular ingress is really activating your career house. You're wanting to come up to the plate, my dear Tauruses or Taurus rising people, and take more of a leadership role, or maybe really recraft your entire career. It's that big. It might take you a couple of years, but really recall what your heart's desire is and start the ball rolling. Saturn often delays, but it always rewards. That's an old Saturn expression. So we're all going to be taking our time where we find Aquarius. If you're Gemini or Gemini rising, this particular ingress is really activating your learning, your travel, and the way you communicate. If there's a book in there, Gemini, you'll get the book out in the next 2 years. If there's a class you want to teach, you might be doing that. Or if there's a place you really want to visit, you might be making plans to go on a major trip. For Cancer or Cancer rising, the energy is all about your own personal transformation, your personal walk and journey on creating internal psychological or spiritual power. In some ways, Cancer, you're very intuitive and psychic, but this next 2.5 years will be a great time for you to muster up the practice in enhancing your own intuition, maybe taking a class in intuitive development, etc. If you're Leo or Leo rising, it's all about your significant others, your favorite BFFs, friends, your spouse, or it could be your sister or your mother. The closest people to you, you're going to be more committed to and basically connecting with them on a deeper, more soulful level. That's for the Leos or Leo risers. For Virgo or Virgo rising, it's all about your work and ways also to enhance your health. To really be the authority with your health, you might be changing up your nutrition or your diet or your movement or your exercise, Virgo. So you're making more of a commitment. See, Saturn loves the word commitment. Where Saturn is moving through your chart, it says, be disciplined, be decisive, and get the job done. And for Virgos, that's in your health and work house. For Libras or Libra rising, it's about having fun. I mean, yeah, Sirius Saturn wants you to have fun, or at least Libra, it wants you to have some creativity. It wants you to be committed and be disciplined with making time, another Saturn word, for your creativity, for your joy, so that you're putting yourself first and doing what you want to do first, activating your inner muse and having a lot more, like I said, joy or romance for Libras. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, the next 2.5 years is asking you to firm up, restructure, and tighten up your home or your family. Literally, maybe make some remodelings projects happen for you, or maybe move, or get a new home, or restructure your mortgage. That's all for our Scorpio friends. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, the Saturn moves through your third house of thoughts, communication, marketing, buying and selling, creating a different routine in your life, maybe purchasing new tools to help you have more success. The tools could be a new computer. The tools could be a new vehicle, whatever that means for you, Sagittarius. For Capricorn, the next couple of years for you with Saturn in your second house of money and self-worth and value, you're going to be really shoring up what means the most for you and how to turn that perhaps into some form of cash flow or manage your money differently, being very conscientious about budgeting. For Aquarius Sun or Aquarius rising, the spotlight's on you for the next 2.5 years. It's a fantastic time, Aquarius, for you to step into your own personal dynamic confidence. And will it be hard at times? Absolutely. Will you be more focused and determined to master yourself? Absolutely. So you're coming into your own. And this only happens, like I said, every 28.5 years if you're Aquarius or Aquarius rising. For our beautiful Pisces friends, this particular ingress is activating what's called your spiritual house. So Pisces is going to tighten up their need to pray, meditate, retreat, and take care of their inner self, because everything external is always planted inside. So Pisces is really going to be a little bit more conscientious about the ways they are taking care of their inner psychic self and getting rid of fears, trusting themselves. Alrighty. Hello again to everybody. Alicia, thanks for being here. Hi, Janet. There's a cute picture of John. Oh my gosh. All right. Melanie, yes. Was born in 93. Yep, absolutely. I have an October 93 boy. Hi, Retta. Beautiful, Kelly. A solstice candle lighting on Sunday. Fantastic. Oh, I should also mention, that's on Sunday, and you come to see me on Monday. I'm doing a solstice. Well, it's not just solstice. Solstice, Jupiter, Saturn conjunction on Monday night. It's a class, but all throughout the day on Monday. I'm taking off the day. I'm just going to be meditating online. I'm going to be all over the place. So catch me. And catch Kelly with her candle solstice on Sunday. All right. Pam, honey, listen, send me, I think you're part of Divine Grace. Please post something. We'll get some prayers going on Divine Grace. All right. Okay. Whoops. All right. Hello, Antoinette. Thanks for being here. And there's the link for Stefania's wonderful podcast. This Life Explains It All. Please check it out, my friends. Kat and Stefania are masters at this analysis of spiritual tools, wellness tools. And we love this wonderful podcast. So This Life Explains It All. Susan, hello. Retirement. Often we start our careers at age 30-ish, and we end our careers, or at least one career at age 60-ish, and do something else. Lois, I hope is the most important word we have in our dictionary, and with that solstice we just had, or coming up, and yes, with the winter solstice on Monday, we are going to put all of our hope and joy moving forward to 2021. And please, I'm going to have lots of classes on the year ahead too. Hi, Sharon from Toronto. Hi, Lexi. Okay. 90 was a very happy time in your life, Elizabeth. We can recreate that happiness and stronger and download it in the next 2.5 years. Yes. God bless you, Marianne. Much blessings to you, sweetheart. Yeah. Happy birthday to Rhonda. Happy birthday, Rhonda. Hi, Maureen. What? Oh my gosh, Paula. Please, we have a lot of very sad stories here tonight. Let's do some meditation. Let's do some meditation and send some love to some people in this room and throughout. Okay? I'm going to turn off my light here to make it more mysterious. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, it's not that much light is off. Okay, we'll see. All right. Before we do this, because we're going to do our mediumship now, I'm going to pick the winner of our drawing tonight. And again, how you can be in the basket is if you share this webcast, and I really do appreciate it very much. So, share. And our winner tonight is Paula Rosa. Paula, are you still in the room? You are willing, Paula Rosa. I'm going to send you a transit report. And the transit reports are really interesting because what they are, they kind of identify cycles using the astrology. It's a really good way to learn the astrology too. Nancy is talking about 91, and she was starting her academic career then. Okay. So we're going to send a lot of prayers to each other tonight. So Paula Rosa, I don't know if I have your birthday, sweetie. So please PM me with your information. What I'll need is your birthday, birth time, and birth city, and I'll get that out to you tonight. All right. And then we're going to do our random spiritual work. So let's just do a quick meditation and ground the love in this room. I feel a lot of love from you guys and for each other. We've had some stories of tragedies, and people need prayers. So let's close our eyes and get comfortable. Take a couple deep breaths. Relax your feet and ankles and knees. All of us have been experiencing firsthand or by our empathic hearts difficulties and challenges. Relax your hips, lower back, middle back, upper back. Relax your hands and fingers, face. All of us have been having shared experiences of limitations and worries and fears. And friends, I would invite you now to allow the light of divine intercession to come pouring through the top of your head. Just imagine light entering the top of your head, like a beam of sunlight coming down, down, down through the top of your head as a silver ray of light comes up, up, up from the ground below. And these two lights are now merging and blending around your heart. Inhale, exhale, and just relax. Take these few moments to relax. And my dear friends, I would invite you now to imagine your number one challenge or difficulty that you have personally navigated in the past 2.5 years. The number one difficulty, and there will be many difficulties that we've all had to navigate. Just pick the one that caused the most fear, grief, anxiety, worry. And using the power of your imagination, place that number one challenge into a ball. You can place it by words or by imagery. I invite you to place that number one worry inside a ball of your choosing. And imagine that you're holding the ball now. And this is a magical ball. Imagine that you're touching the ball with your worry or concern or challenge within it. And now I invite you to take the ball and with all of your intention and all of your strength, throw the ball up into the sky. Throw the ball into the sky and see the ball open up and the worry, challenge, concern, and pain becomes dispersed into the air, into the sky, and perhaps even transforms into vapor, water vapor. But it's being elevated outside of your boundary. You're throwing it up to the heavens to allow the light and the lightness of being to transform your concern that you've worked through since December 20th of 2017. Now, friends, I would invite you to place your hands together and create another magic ball right now. And in this magic ball in front of you, place all the concerns we've heard about tonight. People wrestling with illness and depression and death and worry. We've heard a number of stories here tonight. You can keep your eyes open now, but you're going to create this imaginary ball. We're placing the words that reflect the pain and the grief and the worry and fear and anxiety into this ball. And now let's imbue this present time concern. You can focus better perhaps if your eyes are closed, by pouring and receiving light and love onto this imaginary ball of energy. So we're asking for divine intercession, asking for divine love and light to surround this ball of heaviness. Breathe in, breathe out. And then collectively allow the ball to rise up to the heavens again with faith and hope and love that the highest and best will be the outcome. Okay. I hope I enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that. Sometimes we just have to let it go. We have to surrender to the highest and best because we're just humans having a spiritual lesson, right? You gotta ask the God of our understanding to intervene a little bit, especially during this time. You remember, as we approach the winter solstice, this is the darkest time of the entire year, at least in the northern latitudes, and it's a time of having that faith and that hope that tomorrow will be a better day. So, alrighty. Oh, my goodness, time is ticking. All right, my dears, I'm going to say my prayer. I'm going to do just a couple of mediumship messages for you. And how this works, it's very random. I use my finger and try to get someone to talk with. So I'm going to close my eyes. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for our highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, Aaron Lee. I think you're in the room. Aaron Lee. Oh, someone just asked about the Sabian symbol. The Sabian symbol for Zero Aquarius is an adobe church in California. And so it's like a missionary church. So it's like the combination of the old indigenous with the Christian missionary. And it's a very rich symbol. The Sabian symbol for our crescent moon, let me read that for you. A tree felled and sawed to ensure a supply of wood for winter. So this weekend, we're going to be in a prep mood. We're going to be moving our energy to prepare, to be prepared for the winter. Okay? All right, Aaron Lee, are you with us, honey? Still? Okay. Okay, beautiful. All right, Aaron, as I'm tuning into your energy, I immediately went to a candelabra. At first I thought it was the Hanukkah menorah. It might be, but I was seeing a number of little candles. And happy Hanukkah to anyone and everyone, and I love Hanukkah, who are celebrating the miracle of the light and the oil. And Aaron, as I'm going into your energy, I'm talking about that for you. I don't know if that means anything. I'm not sure if you celebrate Hanukkah, but I'm seeing the candelabra, then it turns back into a menorah again. So I'm going to go with the menorah for you. And I'm going to say, Aaron, that you might be waiting on a miracle. You may be actually working strongly during this particular end of the fall time in anticipation of winter and the holiday season. I feel like you're waiting very, very, very patiently to receive some news and to receive something that's been postponed, and the word comes to mind here, so you're waiting for a miracle. And okay, thank you, Aaron. And so I'm getting chills here. Your faith is being challenged, and if I can communicate this to you in the strongest of possible and gentlest of words, continue to have faith and know you've done everything you can do for the outcome that you're so wanting to have, so that it's really out of your hands. You're surrendering to the higher power. And as we get into, actually, there's two things that you've been waiting on. The immediate relief is coming sooner than later, by the middle of January. And I'm getting April for you is a really significant time of starting something brand new that's going to provide greater security, both physically and also economically for you. Okay. So I hope that resonates with you, dear Aaron, and I appreciate you being here tonight. Yes, we need the miracle of the Hanukkah. I totally agree, Rachel. I love Hanukkah. And, thank you for bringing the menorah up there, Meredy. Thank you. Hi, Marianne. All right. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you for being here, my dear. Okay, so we're going to do another person here. Rhonda. Hello, Rhonda Burns. My finger came to you, darling. Are you with us still, Rhonda? Rhonda. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Ken. Ken, you're one of our miracle friends. How are you feeling, darling? Sending a lot of love and light your way for continued healing and strength. You're very welcome, Aaron. Rhonda, you're still with us. Again, friends, great. I know some of you, not all of you, are members of the Divine Grace Fellowship. Send me a request, and I'll put you on the prayer line for that. We have some beautiful people here in Western New York and around the world who are always willing to pray and help and send Reiki healings and blessings. As I'm tuning, okay, your battery is low. Rhonda, all right, I better talk fast, sweetheart. Thank you. Isn't this gorgeous? This is for my darling friend, Patricia. Love you, Patricia. This is from someone who's, okay. Anyway, it's a gift. I love it. It makes me feel very special. And it's a very powerful gem. It's not an amethyst, though. All right. So for you, Rhonda, darling, let's tune in here. I'm getting an image of a horse. I'm getting an image of, this is a really fun image for you, Rhonda. Camelot, Lady Godiva. Was it Lady Godiva? Guinevere. The story of Camelot. And I can't sing. I won't sing. I can't sing, so therefore I won't sing. But you guys can hear the song, Camelot. I'm giving you that image for you, Rhonda, that you have been on a pursuit of kind of like the medieval, the old and the new spirituality. And central to the story of Camelot, of course, is the story of the king, the queen, and was it Lancelot, right? I mean, they all loved each other, but there was this triangulation that was going on. So I'm giving you that story to you now, not that you're replicating that story of, being married then having an affair with this other guy. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying that there's a part of you that has felt in the past many months extraordinarily torn between two other responsibilities. And what you want to do is I'm getting the word poetically combining your spirituality with something meaningful that's long-lasting. And there might be something indeed connected with the mists of Avalon or with Glastonbury, England. I'm getting all these images for you. Something about the knights, knights in white satin. That's an old song from the 60s. But I'm getting a lot of romanticizing of spirituality and the quest for Celtic, this is what I'm getting for you, Celtic spirituality with the music and with the ritual. So the Mists of Avalon, yes. Thank you for sharing, Rachel. Robert Goulet. I want to get back in the connection with you, Rhonda. I understand that Spirit is saying that you're just trying to make sense of the old with the new in terms of spirituality and Christianity, and trying to merge everything into one little ball. And the message from Spirit is that there isn't really a distinction. Okay? Yes. Please do that, Rhonda. But does England or the Celts or that area of the world mean anything to you? Because I'm really getting that very strong for you. Some of that area combined with spirituality, kind of like the medieval texts and so forth. One more thing for you, Rhonda. Hildegard Von Bergen, okay? And Hildegard Von Bergen, she was the number one composer of the Middle Ages. She was a nun, an abbot in Germany, and I'm getting the sounds of chanting with you too. So Rhonda, what I'm giving for you is this combination of the old medieval poetic version of spirituality, and I'm sorry I'm talking quickly because I don't want you to lose your power on your phone. All right, I'm also getting a father figure coming in here, and he was very dashing and very gallant, and it's almost like he's in a uniform, and he's reminding you that you are special because as modern as you are in your thinking, you also have the graciousness and the decorum of an old-fashioned lady. All right, so these are some of the images I'm getting for you, my dear friend. Yes, the Moody Blues, I love them. All right, I hope that helps you, dear. Okay, I saw the Moody Blues a couple of years ago in, okay, let's see, whoops, if I do that, okay. Moody Blues rock, they're awesome. All right, my dear Rhonda. There you go. I leave you with God's blessings. Janet, I totally agree. Hildegard, she's awesome. So I would wish for all of you on this time right before the winter solstice, a lot of things on this thread here for you to consider. Whoa, I almost lost you. Okay, yes, Janet, Rhonda, please check to John about the Camelot period. He'll have some messages for you as well. I'll see you next week, hopefully before then, and make a wish somewhere between 1 and 3 on Monday. It's going to be a very big cycle that's being born on Monday. Please come to a class. I'm having a class on Sunday night. I'm having a class on Monday night, and doing lots of meditation during the day on Monday to usher in the new energy. Saturday, we have Jody and Bob doing some wonderful work with the flute through Lilydale Assembly. Kelly Wall is having a wonderful event on Sunday night as well. And we are in the time of the light returning. It's going to be a wonderful holiday season because we will it so. Because Saturn in Aquarius is asking all of us to be responsible to ourselves and to each other, and each other means humanity. Many blessings to you, my dear friends. You're very, very welcome, and my pleasure. I really look forward to seeing you all, and many blessings. See you next week. God bless you.